Hello and welcome to today's episode of Filling the Gap, your one-stop shop for Pacers Gap Year coverage. I'm your host, Andrew Schreiner, and today we are breaking down the Pacers' narrow loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the Pacers' injury woes have gotten even worse. Benedict Mathurin and Talen Peter missed tonight's contest, though they did have a little boost. They got Quentin Jackson back. So in Matherin's absence, the Pacers started Ben Sheppard, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, Jay Huff, and Isaiah Jackson. So they went double big off of the get-go to match up with Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert for the Timberwolves. They did get a little bit of injury luck. It feels a little bad to say that, but Anthony Edwards left the game for Minnesota after 3 minutes with some hamstring tightness, what the reporting said. The teams battled to a 28-28 first quarter tie. Pacers then led going into half, 60-58. Minnesota, though, made some halftime adjustments. They adjusted their game plan without Ant and won the quarter 28-17. They had a big 11-0 run during the quarter to take an 86-77 lead into the fourth. The Pacers then made several runs. Pascal was great, especially to start the quarter. They were never able to get a lead and ultimately fell 114 to 110. So several noteworthy performances. As I just mentioned, Pascal did everything he could to carry the team to a win. He had a 33-10 effort. He looked really good. He was unguardable for a stretch there in the fourth quarter. And Aaron Nesmith had another good night. He had 18 and 8. He stepped up in Matherin's absence. And then Tony Bradley deserves a big shout out. He played 25 minutes tonight. He posted a 12.5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block stat line. And his effort was really important for the team. Obi Toppin left the game with some leg soreness. Hopefully that's resolved, or else we can add Obi to the ever-growing, it seems, list of Pacers injuries. And so Brad played key minutes down the stretch, and he was out there to try and keep Rudy Gobert off the boards, and he really did pretty well on both ends of the floor in the fourth quarter. Gobert did have 19 rebounds throughout the game, but Bradley did a good job on him there at the end. Ray J. Dennis, who's gotten a lot of flack on my show here, had a good night, so he deserves some credit. He had 12 points, 5 assists, and then big plays on defense. He had 2 steals and 3 blocks. And down the stretch, he made big plays on both ends. He had a really nice assist, transition layup, a couple good defensive plays late. So he delivered. Just wasn't quite enough. The Pacers' closeout lineup was interesting. Siakam, Nesmith, Sheppard, Bradley, and Dennis were the 5 playing down the stretch. Walker came in for Bradley late in the game with about a minute to go when they needed a little more offensive output chasing the game. But yeah, if you had told me even just a week ago that those would be the 5 closing out a game, a close game, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. So I do think the Pacers put in a great effort in a game that beforehand, on paper, they really had no business being in. Second night of a road back-to-back with only one guard on a standard contract available to play, and it was Ben Sheppard, who, no offense to Ben Sheppard, is not one of your lead players on this team. The ragtag bunch tonight put in a really good effort. There was great hustle, people diving on the floor late, and just came up a little short, unfortunately. So my takeaway, what I'm telling myself and you as well, don't panic. Wins will come as this team gets healthy. And even now, the team has shown they're capable of getting wins with some injuries. They took Oklahoma City to double overtime. They had a tough draw with Memphis coming off of a blowout loss the night before on Saturday. And then tonight they pushed Minnesota all the way to the end. So they're capable of getting wins, and they do have 2 days off to hopefully recover, get a few guys back before they take on number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday, in what will be Dallas's final game of a 5-game homestand to open the season. I thought that was an interesting side note about the scheduling. Dallas also struggled out of the gate. They dropped games to San Antonio and Washington. Things might be turning around for them as they defeated Toronto 139-129 on Sunday, just a few minutes before I recorded this episode. They will take on the defending champs OKC on Monday. So we'll see how they look in that one before they have a day off before taking on the Pacers. So thank you for watching today's episode. I'll be back after Wednesday's game with the Mavericks with a breakdown of what is hopefully the Pacers' first win of the season. I'll see you next time.